Section 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lord, start with a 10,000x increase, empty the store. Lying flat on the salted fish 1. Ding dong you got, human shooter, level 2, triggered a 10,000x increase, and got, flame shooter, level 10. Ding dong you got, acceleration totem, silver, triggered a 10,000x increase, and got, goddess of winds rapid totem, myth. Ding dong you got, basic resources, asterisk 100W, triggered a 10,000x increase, and got, basic resources, asterisk 10 billion. Ding dong you got, mechanical Maid Group, triggered a 10,000x increase. Yifan was reborn and returned to the day when the game, Lord, was launched. After entering the game, the 10,000x increase system was activated. Arms, equipment, buildings, talents, skills, all can be increased by 10,000 times. A few years later, the world merged, and others were still struggling for survival, while Yifan had already ascended to the throne of God. Chapter 1 Rebirth, 10,000x increase. Yifan suddenly opened his eyes, he gasped and looked at the empty ceiling in disbelief. Is this my bedroom? What's going on? Wasn't I surrounded by the demon army? That Yifan shook his head fiercely and tried to sort out his memory. Dear Blue Star players, the game, Lord, will officially start the public beta at 12 noon today. The current number of reservations has exceeded 4 billion. Please log in on time. The game, Lord, gathers the wisdom of the entire human race. The degree of realism is as high as 99%. This is a game that combines war, exploration, and farming. Lords have to develop territories, recruit soldiers, and explore the fog. We guarantee that everyone can enjoy the pleasure of fighting everywhere in Lord. What? Lord, public beta. Yifan stared at the computer screen, with an extremely complex light in his eyes, and in the lower right corner of the computer, the time, April 25, 2025, isn't this the day of the public beta of Lord? Could it be? I'm reborn. That he looked at his palm and murmured absent-mindedly, how can rebirth happen to me? The goddess of luck and I have a bad relationship. I attacked her kingdom before. As a high-end player of Lord, Yifan naturally knew how many secrets were hidden in Lord. In the first few years after the public beta of Lord, with its excellent game performance, Lord quickly occupied the entire online game market, but in the near future, Lord will merge with Blue Star. At that time, the territory in the game can be directly landed on Blue Star, and the equipment, props, and arms obtained by players in the game can all be brought back to reality. Humanity is completely boiling, but before they have time to get excited, the Black Evil Army descended on the sky of Blue Star. Whether it is civilians or dignitaries, they will face life-threatening dangers, demons everywhere, devils from hell, and many evil gods. The human army had no resistance at all in front of the demon army. If I remember correctly, a few years later, the world will be integrated for less than a week, and the human population will be reduced by 80%. Ordinary people will not even have the right to choose, and some high-end players can survive under the protection of some gods. But Yifan looked like a torch, and sneered, since I have been reborn, why do I still need to seek protection from the gods? I can still survive by relying on my own strength. I can even have the power to rival the gods. That the time pointed to 11:55, Yifan put on the game helmet early and lay quietly on the bed. Lord of the other world, there are still 5 minutes before the game opens. Do you want to create a character in advance? An ethereal and crisp female voice sounded. Yifan said, create it. As the words fell, a white mist appeared in his sight. In the mist, there was a vague human male figure. Ding dong, please name your character. Night Demon. Night Demon was the ID used by Yifan in his previous life. In this life, he had no intention of changing it. Ding dong, please choose your profession. In Lord, the player's own strength is also very important. Some players, after obtaining a hidden profession, can fight tens of thousands of troops alone. Moreover, the player's own level can grow infinitely, which is incomparable to the military. In Lord, the Lord's profession is roughly divided into 5 types: warrior, mage, ranger, assassin, and priest. The first 4 are output professions. With strong strength, they can easily kill the enemy. The priest is the only healing profession, which can provide treatment and various bonuses for the troops. Yi Fan chose a mage in his previous life, so he said, mage. Ding Dong. The character, Night Demon, was created successfully. The time is now 11:57, and there are still 3 minutes before the game is launched. Generally speaking, after the character is successfully created, it is time to wait, but the system's voice suddenly sounded in Yi Fan's ears. Ding Dong warning. Invaded by unknown system. Ding Dong warning. Invaded by unknown system. Ding Dong. The sound of the system made Yi Fan a little confused. What's going on? Unknown system intrusion. At this moment, another extremely mechanical voice sounded in Mark's ears. Ding Dong. It has been detected that the host has successfully created a character, and the 10,000-fold amplification system is starting. 1%, 2%, 3%, 100. Ding Dong. The 10,000 times amplification system has been successfully launched. Ding Dong. You have obtained the only SSS level talent, 10,000-fold increase. Ding Dong. You have entered the game in advance, and the territory has been sent to the coordinates, 123035, 321,350, a 10,000-fold amplification system. Could it be that, as a reborn person, do I also have a system? Yi Fan was really confused, but he didn't have time to think too much. His vision became blurry. After a few seconds, he has landed in the lost continent. Section 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sight was restored. A plane appeared in front of Yi Fan. The grass was lush and the breeze was blowing. As a birthplace, it was not bad, at least it was not in a desert or swamp. At this moment, the system sounded. Ding Dong. Lord of the other world, welcome to, Lord. The lost continent is full of mysteries, opportunities and challenges. I wish you a happy game. Ding Dong. As the first player in the world to enter, Lord, you have received a special reward, A-level hero recruitment ticket X1. Luck value +1. Ding Dong. You triggered the 10,000 times amplification system and received a reward, SSS level hero recruitment ticket X1. Luck value +1 W, Chapter 2 SSS level hero, mythical equipment. Evaluation. Listening to the system voice in his ear, Yi Fan was still a little unbelievable. No way, SSS level hero. Lord, in addition to troops, heroes are also very important. The combat power of the hero himself is strong enough, and they can wear equipment and learn skills. Some powerful heroes can even influence the course of the battle by themselves. As for SSS level heroes, Yi Fan couldn't help but murmured, if I remember correctly, there are only 7 SS level heroes in the entire Lost Continent, and no more than 100 S level heroes. SSS level heroes have never appeared until I died. Just as Yi Fan was about to summon, countless messages suddenly came out frantically in the system chat box. It seems that the system has been opened and the players have entered the game. The server is finally open. I'm here. TSK, is this 100% realism? Hiss, this air is so cool. I've been waiting for hundreds of years, but the server is finally open. My sons, I'm Long Outyen, are you ready to tremble? Have you drawn the arms gift pack? I drew the 3rd level arms, what about you? NMSL upstairs, the 3rd level arms are already good. Are you deliberately being Versailles? Hehe, is anyone coming to YY to play together? I have a C-level talent. Come on, I have a B-level talent. Let's exchange home building experience together. Listening to the various noises in his ears, Yi Fan set all messages to receive only, no reminders. Then, he chose to start summoning heroes immediately, directly opened the summoning ticket emitting golden light in the backpack, crushed it casually, boom. A golden beam of light fell from the sky, covering Yi Fan's entire territory. Ding Dong. You successfully used the SSS level hero recruitment ticket, and successfully recruited the SSS level hero, Shadow Princess Vivian. Ding Dong. World announcement, Night Devil, successfully summoned an SSS-level hero. As the first lord in the world to summon a hero, you are hereby rewarded with gold coins plus 1000, reputation plus 5, fast totem, gold level, x1. Ding dong, you triggered the 10,000-fold amplification system and received rewards, gold coins plus 1000 W, reputation plus 5 W, swift totem of the goddess of wind, mythical level, x1. The sudden system prompt made the players who just entered the game stunned. FK, the first person to summon a hero gets a reward. Damn, my reward is gone. Can anyone tell me how to recruit heroes? So sour, it should be the recruitment voucher from the novice gift package. I saw on the official website that recruitment vouchers are required to recruit heroes. Can anyone tell me what the concept of SSS level heroes is? Are there higher level ones? It seems that SSS level is the highest level. Damn this seal. The system actually rewards gold level equipment. I don't know what the effect is. Anyway, it's right, boss 666. At night demon, boss, tell me the coordinates, I'll see how far it is. At night demon, do you need a girlfriend? My big eagle cute girl. A series of voices from the system fell, and Yi Fan was also slightly surprised. Can this trigger a 10,000 times increase? You know, gold coins are very scarce in the early stage of the game. The lords have not yet developed, and the mining of gold coins is extremely difficult. 1 gold coin can be exchanged for 20 dragon coins. In other words, Yi Fan directly earned 200 million dragon coins in this wave. And reputation is also very important. In the Lost Continent, there are not only players from other worlds, but also some powerful natives and powerful NPCs. Reputation is the stepping stone for many rare tasks. With his thoughts flowing in his mind, Yi Fan did not check his backpack for the first time. The huge figure more than 2 meters tall appeared in front of him. Of course, it was not Vivian's height. She was riding a strange warhorse completely shrouded in grey phantoms. On the warhorse was a petite and slender figure. She was not very tall, and her slender figure was shrouded in grey mist that could not be penetrated by sight. Under Yi Fan's gaze, the girl jumped lightly, turned over and got off the horse, and gave Yi Fan an impeccable noble salute. Then, the grey mist slowly dissipated. Yi Fan nodded, and then he could see her appearance clearly. The girl was wearing a close-fitting armor. What impressed Yi Fan the most was her skin that was so pale that it looked a little sickly, followed by her beautiful cheeks like a doll and her ruby-like beautiful eyes. His heart was full of doubts. Shadow Princess. What's the origin? Yi Fan frowned slightly. He knew a lot about the Shadow Realm. A major event in his previous life would lead him to the Shadow Realm, but there is a princess in the Shadow Realm? He shook his head and didn't think much about it. He checked the girl's attributes. Vivian. Description: a powerful Shadow Knight from the Shadow Realm. There is very little information about her. It is unknown why she came to the main plane. Occupation: Shadow Knight. Level 1. Grade, SSS.HP, 10W. Magical value, 6W, Shadow Energy. Physical/magic attack, 2200. Defense, 850. Skills, 0.1. Shadow/LV1. Release a half-moon-shaped sword energy, causing magic attack *10 dark attribute damage to all enemies in a straight line. 2. Summon Nightmare, LV Max. Summon the legendary Mount Nightmare to assist in the battle. Vivian currently has only 2 skills, but Yi Fan still feels her power. The HP is as high as 100,000 points, and the magic value is 60,000. The attack power is 2,200 points, which directly exceeds the top-ranked soldiers. Section 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is only the attribute of level 1, compared with the soldiers. The advantage of heroes is that they can grow infinitely. When her level is high, her attributes will naturally increase greatly, and she will also unlock more skills. With the 10,000 times amplification system, her level will only soar like riding a train. Yi Fan closed her attribute panel. Shadow Princess Vivian. At this time, Vivian spoke. Her voice was very crisp. He nodded, hello. Then there was silence. Vivian just smiled at Yi Fan and said nothing more. Yi Fan did not ask more for the time being. getting along with heroes is also a science. At this time, he opened his backpack, and there were 2 gift bags lying quietly inside, as well as a strange totem emitting light green light, swift totem of the goddess of wind, mythical level. Chapter 3 10th level legendary soldiers. At this time, Yi Fan took out the glowing totem from his backpack, swift totem of the goddess of wind, mythical grade. Description: thousands of years ago, the goddess of wind bestowed a totem on the wind element tribe, which was filled with powerful wind elements. Rank: mythical, level 6, type, arms equipment, level 1. Attributes: movement speed plus 1000%, attack speed plus 1000%. This is too outrageous, right? Seeing the attributes of the swift totem, Yi Fan felt that it was a bit too strong. The effect is simple and crude, directly 10 times the movement speed and 10 times the attack speed. He could only sigh. It is really a mythical item, and it is a mythical item from the gods. It is extremely powerful. There is no need to say more about the movement speed, Lord. It is a war simulation game in itself, involving the dispatch of countless arms. 10 times the movement speed means that the troops will gain extremely terrifying mobility, and some arms skills are linked to the movement speed. For example, the faster the cavalry's charge, the higher the damage caused. Usually, such soldiers need to run and move for a long time, and only after the speed is maximized can they exert their best combat power. But for Yi Fan, it will become extremely easy, and the 10-fold attack speed, it is even more outrageous, which almost directly increases the attack power of the troops by 10 times. Even if it is a first-level garbage soldier, with 10 times the attack speed, it will become extremely powerful. Moreover, there is also 10 times the movement speed. As long as it is a long-range soldier, it is simply a kite-flying god when combined. Putting the totem into the backpack, Yi Fan continued to check the backpack. There are 2 gift bags in the backpack: basic soldier pack, basic resource pack. Basic soldier pack can open low-level soldiers, which is considered to be the system for players to use excessively in the early stage, and basic resource pack can open a certain amount of basic resources, generally for players to build barracks and then recruit soldiers. Of course, the specific amount varies from person to person. At this time, Yi Fan first opened the basic soldier pack. Suddenly, a golden light emerged. Ding dong! You opened the basic arms pack, obtained the elf shooter, level 3 arms, successfully triggered the 10,000 times increase, and you obtained the flame shooter, level 10 arms. Ding dong! Congratulations on obtaining flame shooter, level 10 arms, x 100, flame shooter, level 10 arms, recruitment rights. Ding dong! You have unlocked the new building, flame shooting range. The system voice fell. 100 slender figures suddenly appeared in front of Yi Fan. Their figures were tightly wrapped in red leather armor, and the red capes behind them were quite cute. The pointed ears revealed their identity: elves. Behind the slender body, they carried an exquisite longbow burning with blazing flames. And looking at the pretty elf sisters in front of him, Yi Fan was really shocked, and could only say, "Too perverted." Basic troops package can usually only produce low-level troops below level 3, and such troops have no skills, and the 10th level troops are already legendary troops, and can have 3 skills. Yi Fan really didn't expect that the 10,000-fold amplification system could be so powerful that it directly strengthened the 3rd level troops into the 10th level troops. The 10th level troops are definitely the main force even in the later stages. What's more, it's still the early stages, and the Lord's troops only have a few hundred points of attack power, and they can't even break their defenses. Moreover, Yi Fan also got the recruitment authority. In Lord, troops can be traded, even legendary troops, in the later stages. As long as you have money, you can also buy them. But the recruitment authority of troops is absolutely priceless. With the recruitment authority, the Lord can build the corresponding recruitment buildings and produce troops. By troops, 1 less dies, and Yi Fan doesn't have such a problem. Thinking of this, Yi Fan checked their attributes. Flame Archer. Description: a high-level ranger from the Forest of Elves. They are experienced in many battles and never miss a shot. They can integrate fire magic into their arrows and can easily injure the enemy. They often appear as the royal family's direct troops. Level 1. Attack, 440-460. Defense, 176. Rank, 10th rank. Race, elf. HP, 15,000. Skills, point 1. Must hit, LVMAX. The attack of the flame archer will definitely hit the enemy, and the attack ignores the enemy's dodge and hide, 2. Flame burning, LV1. The attack of the flame archer will cause fire damage to the enemy. When the target dies, it will cause fire damage of attack *2.5 to up to 10 targets around it, 3. Flame arrow rain, LV1. The flame archer launches a rain of arrows, causing fire damage of attack *10 to up to 100 enemies. Cooldown time, 5 minutes. Morale, 200. Loyalty, 200. Food consumption, 1000/day, Chapter 4 territory instantly reaches level 10. At this time, Yifan has finished browsing the attributes of the flame archer. A very good 10th level soldier, even among the 10th level soldiers, it is a top level existence. Section 4. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yifan nodded with satisfaction. The attack of a rank 10 soldier at level 1 is about 440 points, and the fiery shooter is slightly higher, not to mention the 3 extremely abnormal skills. In Lord, soldiers with AoE skills are very rare. Once they appear in the market, they will instantly become the target of players' competition. This kind of soldier will definitely change a player's gaming experience. Yifan remembered that there was a public secret realm in the Eternal Night Forest, which would produce a rank 4 soldier. The soldier is accompanied by AoE skills. In the game strategy of later generations, no matter which god strategy, it will recommend novices to brush this secret realm, and many people have brushed for several months in a row, but they have not brushed it. Yifan also brushed it for a week in his previous life. Closed the panel of the fiery shooter, Yifan continued to take out the basic resource pack. He did not hesitate and chose to open it directly. Brush. The moment the gift package was opened, a brilliant golden light instantly emerged. Ding dong, you opened the newbie gift package, and obtained resources wood, stone, iron ore, and food x100. You triggered the 10,000 times increase and obtained resources wood, stone, iron ore, and food x100W. Looking at the massive amount of resources piled up in the territory storage area, Yifan was once again shocked by the effect of the 10,000 times increase. This is all right. Directly 1 million resources. You know, it is extremely difficult to obtain resources in the early stage. In Lord, resources are mainly obtained through various resource points. Resource points are the same as equipment, divided into ordinary, black iron, silver, gold, diamond, epic, legend, myth, and immortal. After the Lord finds the resource point, he can send troops to transport it. 1 million resources. The current lords will need at least 1 month to collect them. I have these resources at the beginning, then rely on the advantage of rebirth. Yifan is fully confident and moves towards a peak he has never seen before. After closing his backpack, Yifan first opened his character panel. Night Devil, level 1. Race, human, profession, apprentice mage. HP, 1000. Magic points, 1000. Physical/magic attack, 20. Defense, 10. Strength, 10. Stamina, 10. Agility, 10. Intelligence, 10. Spirit, 10. My attributes are very ordinary, just an ordinary mage. However, Yifan has the memory of rebirth, and in his brain, there are countless ways to obtain a powerful profession. Then there are the attributes of the territory. Unnamed, level 1. Guild, none. Population, 100/200. Area, 200 grids. Expansion speed, 1 grid/day. City wall, none. Building, Lord Hall, LV1. Troops, 100 flame shooters, level 10. Defense facilities, none. Resources, wood x100W, stone x100W, iron ore x100W, food x100W. Resource points, none. Upgrade requirements, wood, stone, iron ore x500. Vassal, Lord, none. Vassal population, none. Surrounding threats, 2 wolf territories, 1 forest bandit camp. The situation of the territory is terrible. Like all lords, there is nothing except a Lord Hall, and there are many wild monsters around the territory. Yifan named the territory first. Ding dong, the territory, divine domain, was named successfully. The system voice fell. Yi Fan looked at the simple thatched house in front of him. This is his Lord Hall, with a durability of only 100 points, which is pitifully low. Thinking of this, Yi Fan decided to upgrade the level of the territory first. The upgrade of the territory requires various resources, and every 10 levels, the corresponding Lord quest must be completed before the next stage can be unlocked. Every 10 levels is also called the first level. Ding dong, you have consumed wood, stone, and iron or X500 to upgrade Lord Hall to level 2. Ding dong, you have consumed wood, stone, and iron or X1000 to upgrade Lord Hall to level 3. Ding dong. Ding dong, you have consumed wood, stone, and iron or X4500 to upgrade Lord Hall to level 10. Ding dong, your Lord Hall has reached the level cap. Please complete Lord Quest 1 as soon as possible to unlock the level. As a series of sounds fell, Yi Fan's territory level reached level 10. Yi Fan checked the attributes of the territory: divine domain, level 10. Guild, none, population, 100/2000. Area, 2000 tiles, expansion speed, 10 tiles/day, city wall, none. Section 5. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Building, Lord Hall, LV10, troops, 100 flame shooters, level 10, defense facilities, none, resources, wood X97W, stone X97W, iron or X97W, food X100W. Resource points, none, upgrade required, wood, stone, iron or X10W, complete, Lord Mission 1, surrounding threats, 2 wild wolf territories. 1 forest bandit camp. The area of a level 10 territory has expanded to 2,000 grids, and the daily automatic growth area has reached 10 grids, and the population limit has also reached 2,000. The 10,000-fold amplification system is really abnormal. If an ordinary city lord wants to upgrade to a level 10 territory, it will take at least a few days. Yi Fan murmured, and once again witnessed the power of the 10,000-fold amplification system. Closing the panel, he checked the Lord's mission. Lord Mission 1, description: with your efforts, your territory has made great progress. Rookie, you need to continue to prove yourself. Mission difficulty, 30W. Mission content, kill units, 0/30W, mission deadline, none, mission reward, unlock territory level. 300,000 units. Looking at the mission content, thoughts surged in Yi Fan's mind: is this really just a first-level Lord mission? How could he remember? The first-level Lord mission in his previous life was just to kill 1,000 units. It seems that the system will issue missions based on the player's strength, 300,000 units. In the early stages of the game, the difficulty is close to infinite. It has to be said that if it were other lords, they would probably be stuck here for the rest of their lives. The population limit of a level 10 territory is only 2,000. It takes a long time to kill 300,000 troops, but for Yi Fan, it is not a big problem. Chapter 5. Empty the store, confused players. Close the territory panel. Yi Fan clicked on the game mall. The game mall sells extremely powerful special props. However, as a reborn, Yi Fan knew that the props and equipment in the game mall were all limited in the world. Whoever bought it, really bought it, and the game mall will automatically disappear after all the items are sold out. When the players discovered this truth a month later, they all regretted it. Moreover, the real currency exchange system was not turned on a week before the game was launched. Now the lords need to find gold mines and then mine them to mine gold coins, let alone tens of thousands of gold coins. They can't even take out a single gold coin now. Thinking of this, Yi Fan directly opened the mall panel. Ding dong, welcome to the game mall. A pleasant system sound fell. A store catalog appeared in front of Yi Fan. 1. Soldier refresh card. Price, 50 gold coins. 2. Soldier recruitment card. Price, 50 gold coins. 3. Building acceleration card. Price, 50 gold coins. 4. Resource collection card. Price, 50 gold coins. 5. Heart of killing. Price, 100W gold coins. There are only 5 items in the game mall, but they are all extremely powerful. the first 4 are functional props, and the source is only the game mall in the early stage of the game. Anyway, until Yi Fan died, he had never seen a second way to obtain it, and the last one, after seeing the 4 words Heart of Killing, Yi Fan's eyes flashed with a trace of shock. The Heart of Killing is a mythical prop. In the previous life, there was a local tyrant named Wang Yang Dehai, who was bored and bought the Heart of Killing. Before that, the game mall had been emptied by players, leaving only one Heart of Killing. After all, there was no introduction and no rank. Although the name sounded very high, no one was willing to take the risk. What if it was garbage? At that time, the players did not know that the props in the game mall were unique, and they were all waiting for the first person to eat crabs. After Wang Yanghai got the Heart of Slaughter, he soared to the sky and became one of the top 3 lords of Dragon Country. At this time, looking at the catalog in the game mall, Yi Fan murmured slightly, if I remember correctly, the upper limit of each card is 10,000. And the Heart of Slaughter is the only one in the world. Thinking of this, Yi Fan did not hesitate and started to buy directly. Ding dong, you successfully purchased Army Refresh card, *1W, consuming a total of 50W gold coins. Ding dong, you successfully purchased Army Recruitment card, *1W, consuming a total of 50W gold coins. Ding dong, you successfully purchased Building Acceleration card, *1W, consuming a total of 50W gold coins. Ding dong, you successfully purchased Resource Collection card, *1W, consuming a total of 50W gold coins. Ding dong, you successfully purchased Heart of Killing, consuming 100W gold coins. Ding dong, since you have spent 300W gold coins in Game Mall, congratulations on getting the title, Tycoon, gold level. Ding dong, you triggered the 10,000-fold increase and got the title, spend 1,000 money, legendary level. In just a moment, Yi Fan emptied all the props in the mall. After purchasing Heart of Killing, there were no more products in Game Mall, only 3 big words were written, sold out. This interface will also disappear completely after 24 hours. At this time, several players also discovered changes in the Game Mall. Then, everyone was dumbfounded. Oh my god, look at the game store, why is it sold out? Who the hell emptied the Game Mall? Holy shit! What's going on? It's impossible. There's no way to top up money now. Who has so many gold coins? I took a look before. The last prop costs 1 million gold coins. Is someone cheating? It's either a cheat or a bug. Dogecoin. Someone is cheating. Section 6. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The chat channel was in chaos, and everyone was discussing the Game Mall and cheating. Seeing their chat content, Yi Fan shook his head indifferently. There are no cheats in Lord. He didn't think much and checked his backpack. The 4 cards inside were shining. Army Refresh card, effect. Refresh the target building and refresh the number of recruits in the target building. Each building can only be used once a day. Army Recruitment card, effect. All the recruited arms in the target building are completed instantly. Building Acceleration card, effect. The building under construction is completed instantly. Resource Collection card, effect. Immediately obtain the resources with full workload of the resource point. Each resource point can only be used once a day. All 4 cards are very useful. First of all, the Army Refresh card and the Army Recruitment card are absolutely explosive weapons. In Lord, the number of arms recruited by the recruitment building is limited every day, and each person can only build 1 recruitment building itself. It also takes time to recruit soldiers. The higher the rank of the soldiers, the longer it takes. Therefore, it takes a long process for the Lord to recruit soldiers. Even if you have the right to recruit high-level soldiers, you can't form them instantly. The Soldier Refresh card can double the troops recruited by the Lord. If these 2 cards are combined, the player's troops can be formed at the speed of light. The Building Acceleration card is also very simple to use, which allows the building under construction to be completed instantly. In Lord, the rarer the building, the longer the construction time will be. Some buildings may even take several weeks. This card will undoubtedly save Yi Fan a lot of time. The function of Resource Collection card is also simple and crude, directly obtaining resources with a full workload. You know, a full workload is the harvest of the largest labor force in one day. In other words, if you use the resource collection card every day, it means that each resource point will have double income in one day. With these 4 cards, Yifan's development speed will definitely soar. At this time, Yifan checked the attributes of Heart of Killing, Heart of Slaughter, Myth, Damaged, Description. It is said that this powerful artifact was born at the beginning of the world, and was completely destroyed in the War of the Gods 30,000 years ago. For tens of thousands of years, people have been trying to repair it, but all failed. Rank, Myth, First Order, Type, Hero Equipment, only for Lords, Level, 1. Effect, Point 1. All units will cause 200% true damage when attacking. 3. All units will gain killing points when killing enemies. Repair progress. Killing points, 0/100 million. Author's words and update rules. Newcomer, new book, first time to Felu. Hope you will bear with me. This book is a lord story about invincibility, the kind that is invincible from the beginning. I wonder if you have read it? I also hate the kind of stories that seem invincible, but restrict the protagonist everywhere. It is obviously amplified by 10,000 times, but he still fights with other players. In this book, the protagonist is awesome in all kinds of ways. The equipment I got is awesome, the arms are awesome, the skills are awesome. Everyone is usually busy with study and work. Isn't it just for fun to read this kind of article? So, the logic, data, etc. must not be as reasonable as those data flows. Of course, if there are any mistakes, you are welcome to point them out, and I will definitely actively modify them. The worldview was originally intended to write the D&D background, but the website currently encourages originality, and the D&D background is also considered a second creation, so I changed it myself. And D&D fans should not be too entangled. Finally, write about the rules for additional updates during the new book period. During the new book period, this book will have a minimum of 5 updates per day. Each update is about 2,000 words, which means an update of 10,000 words, then, 2,000 flowers plus 1 update, 300 evaluation votes plus 1 update, any reward plus 1 update, 10 valid comments plus 1 update. That's it for now. The author kowtows to everyone here. This kind of article is considered a niche among the niches on Felu, and I hope everyone can fatten it up. The author will think about the plot very seriously, and want to make it more exciting. Chapter 6. 3 minutes after the server was opened, 2,000 legendary soldiers were ready. 1/5, seeing the attributes of the Heart of Killing, Yifan's eyes suddenly shrank. This is really worthy of being a divine weapon. The attributes are simple and rough. Moreover, this is the attribute of the Heart of Killing when it is damaged. If it is successfully repaired, what will the attribute be? Real damage, no matter in which game, is abnormal. The same is true in Lord. Real damage means that all attacks caused will ignore the opponent's defense and directly cause the corresponding damage value. You should know that in Lord, there are many special meat shield soldiers. Meat shield soldiers are also divided into several categories, either with extremely high blood volume or with extremely high armor and damage reduction. Skills. Usually, when players face these meat shield soldiers, they will become extremely headache. General attacks can't break the defense at all, unless there is an output soldier at least 1 level higher, but Yifan doesn't have this problem. No matter how high the armor is or how powerful the damage reduction skills are, they are useless in front of him. Moreover, the elf archers now have 10 times the attack speed. Section 7. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The combination of the two is definitely not a 1 + 1 = 1 and 2 effect. Putting aside his killing intent for the time being, Yifan checked the title he had obtained. Spend $1,000, legendary, rank, hidden unique, effect. All stores enjoy a 20% discount, which can be superimposed with other discounts. This is a really good title. Yifan felt pretty good. There are many forces in the Lost Continent, whether it is various chambers of commerce or major empires, they all have their own trade systems. With this title, no matter what Yifan buys, he will get at least a 20% discount. Although it is easy for him to get gold coins, money is also consumed very quickly, and some stores also require players to use other resources to consume. This title will undoubtedly save Yifan countless resources. Yifan opened the construction panel again. Many icons inside have already lit up. Yifan did not hesitate and started to build directly. Ding dong, you have successfully consumed 1,000 pieces of wood and stone to build, basic barracks. It is currently ranked first in the building sequence. Ding dong, you have successfully consumed 100,000 pieces of wood, stone, and iron ore to build, flame shooting range. It is currently ranked second in the building sequence. Ding dong, you have successfully consumed 100,000 pieces of wood and stone to build, warehouse, large. It is currently ranked third in the building sequence. Ding dong, you have successfully consumed 100,000 pieces of wood and stone to build, basic kitchen. It is currently ranked fourth in the building sequence. Ding dong, you have successfully consumed 1,000 pieces of wood and stone to build, hero hall. It is currently ranked fifth in the building sequence. Boom. After Yi Fan placed the building blueprint, the foundations and prototypes of 5 buildings immediately appeared in the territory. There was a countdown above the building. Yi Fan directly used the building acceleration card. Ding dong, the building acceleration card was used successfully, and the basic barracks was built successfully. Ding dong, the building acceleration card was used successfully, and the flame shooting range was built successfully. Ding dong. Ding dong, the building acceleration card was used successfully, and the basic kitchen was built successfully. Boom. After the loud noise, the 4 buildings were completed in an instant. Basic barracks is the basic building of the Lord, and only 2 first-level soldiers can be recruited initially. After obtaining the recruitment authority, soldiers below level 9 will appear here. For soldiers above level 9, special recruitment buildings are required. Flame shooting range is the building for recruiting flame shooters. Warehouse, as the name suggests, is a place to store resources. Now all kinds of resources are stored in the open air, especially food, which is easy to spoil, and basic kitchen can convert raw food into cooked food. Hero hall is the place to recruit and revive heroes. Ordinary players' heroes are recruited here. They are not like Yi Fan, who directly has summoning tickets to use. At this time, Yi Fan opened the page of Flame Shooting Range. Flame Shooting Range, description, the place where elves train archery. Here, they can not only learn archery, but also learn fire magic. Level 1. Daily output, 0 out of 200. Production type, Flame Archer. Level 10, production cost, 2,000 gold coins. Production time, 2 minutes. Upgrade requirements, wood, stone, iron or X1W. Level 1, flame shooting range, can only recruit 200 flame archers per day. Yi Fan directly prepared to upgrade it to the maximum level. Ding dong, you have consumed wood and stone X1W to upgrade, flame shooting range, to level 2. Ding dong, you have consumed wood and stone X2W to upgrade, flame shooting range, to level 3. Ding dong. Ding dong, you have consumed wood and stone X9W to upgrade, flame shooting range, to level 10, flame shooting range. Level 10 is the maximum level. To upgrade further, you need special building breakthrough stones, which are extremely rare. Even in the later stages of the game, they will be sold at sky-high prices, and the level 10 flame shooting range can recruit 2,000 people every day. The recruitment time is also shortened to 30 seconds, if recruited normally. The daily recruitment time will take a full 1,000 minutes. Of course, Yi Fan does not need to wait so long. He directly maxed out the construction sequence of flame shooting range. Ding dong, do you want to consume 380W gold coins to produce flame shooter, *1900. Yi Fan pressed the confirmation button. The shooting range, which had been silent, suddenly burst into flames, and a slender figure was training in the flames. Yi Fan directly used the army recruitment card. Ding dong, the army recruitment card was used successfully, and all production units of the flame shooting range have been completed. Ding dong, the population of your territory has reached the upper limit, and you will not be able to recruit troops. As the system sound fell, a group of elf girls in red leather jackets slowly walked out of the flame shooting range. They looked at the territory with novelty, and at the same time, they looked at Yi Fan with curiosity. The 100 flame sharpshooters recruited before were also very happy to see the new sisters. 2,000 flaming archers are ready. Yi Fan edited them into a new legion, the first archer group in the divine domain. At the same time, He handed their command to Vivian. At this time, Yi Fan opened the map page and thought about the next arrangement and layout. Looking at the unfamiliar picture on the map, his brows frowned slightly. The coordinates were different from those in the previous life, which meant that Yi Fan didn't know much about the surrounding situation. But, after Yi Fan zoomed out the map, he soon found a familiar landmark, a snow-capped mountain that was covered with white snow and reached the sky. On the west side of the snow-capped mountain was a strange forest shrouded in black fog. Section 8. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It seems that I am on the west side of the Evernight forest. In my previous life, I was on the east side. But it's not a big problem. P.S. Today is the first update. The data is really cool. But don't worry, as the first book of a newcomer, this book will not be abandoned. The settings are related to the work. You can take a look. It will not affect the plot if you don't read it. Chapter 7 Experience multiplied by 10,000 times, skyrocketing level. February 5th, now, it has been 3 minutes since the server was opened. Yi Fan currently has an SSS level hero and 2010 level soldiers. With such a force, even if all the lords of the whole server are added together, they are not enough for him to fight. Whether it is professional players or forces from countries and major groups, they have been left far behind by him. At this time, Yi Fan is ready to explore the surroundings. In the early stage of the game, exploration of the surroundings is very important. Not only can there be wild monsters to level up, but also many resource points and treasure chests can be found. You can even meet some rare NPCs and receive hidden tasks. In the previous life, there was a player named Ling Longson, who received a series of hidden tasks, and then soared to the sky and became the top lord of Dragon Country. He shined in the subsequent national war. Yi Fan's plan was very simple, first to clean up the area around the territory, then go to the Evernight Forest. The so-called Evernight Forest is a forest that is always shrouded in the night. There are not only rich resources there, but also various secret realms to be conquered. Yi Fan also knew that there was the most precious thing there, the passage to the underground. In the Lost Continent, not only are there creatures living on the surface, but there are also various civilizations in the boundless underground. Of course, most of the creatures underground are evil forces, that is, red name monsters, the kind that fights people when they see them. Danger also means various opportunities. It's a pity that Yi Fan didn't know this information in his previous life. When this information was made public on the forum, let alone eating meat, he couldn't even drink a mouthful of soup. The next layout was instantly made in his mind. Yi Fan walked forward and said, "Vivian, let's go, clean up the monsters first, and then explore the surrounding area." Okay. Vivian gladly accepted the order. She rode the tall nightmare and followed Yi Fan forward for a few steps, but soon stopped. "Lord, do you want to ride with me?" Hearing her voice, Yi Fan stopped and turned back to look at her. Vivian stretched out her white palm to Yi Fan, and her cheeks were already rosy. She must be shy. The heroes in Lord have their own true feelings. Yi Fan smiled and grabbed her soft little hand and jumped on it. Vivian's nightmare is a legendary mount. The attributes are not fully utilized at present, only 2. Immortal and indestructible, sharing life with the Shadow Realm, then you can fly. Sitting behind Vivian, Yi Fan's hand was around her slender waist and walked towards the small red dot on the map. There are 3 wild monster camps in the territory, 2 wolf camps and 1 bandit camp. Soon, Yi Fan came to a wolf camp. Dozens of gray forest wolves more than 1 meter long were wandering around. Their scarlet eyes exuded a bloodthirsty light. Yi Fan threw a reconnaissance spell over, and at the same time, their information appeared in front of Yi Fan. Wolf camp, description. A camp formed by a group of forest wolves. They have not eaten for several days and will now actively attack all creatures. Enemies, 1,650 forest wolves, 2nd level, 335 wolf leaders, 3rd level. The wolf camp is called the newbie killer by players. Their number is often small, and novices will mistakenly think they are weak. However, these wild wolves not only have a critical hit aura, but also have stronger attacks and attack speed when the number is smaller. If it is a first-level soldier that comes with the barracks, it cannot be taken without 3 times the troops. Novices often die due to insufficient troops, but for Yi Fan, they are a little too weak. Yi Fan didn't say much and directly ordered the archers to start shooting. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. 1110-1100-1150. Countless arrows burning with fire broke through the air. Hundreds of forest wolves had no reaction at all and were killed directly. After a forest wolf fell to the ground, flame burning was triggered instantly. The raging flames instantly engulfed the surrounding wild wolves. At the same time, various prompts from the system rang in Yifan's ears. Ding dong, your troops killed. Forest wolf, second order, *100, gain 20 experience points, triggered the 10,000 times amplification system. Your troops gain 20 experience points. You get 2,000 experience points. Ding dong, your troops killed. Forest wolf, second order, *100. Ding dong. Ding dong, the level of one of your flame shooter has been upgraded, and the current level is level 2. Ding dong, the level of one of your flame shooter has been upgraded, and the current level is level 3. Ding dong. Ding dong, your level has been upgraded, and the current level is level 2. Ding dong, your level has been upgraded, and the current level is level 3. Ding dong, your troops killed a unit and gained 1 kill value. You triggered the 10,000 times amplification system and gained 10,000 kill value points. Ding dong. Listening to a series of system sounds in his ears, Yifan was also slightly surprised. He didn't expect that the experience gained from killing monsters could also be amplified 10,000 times. This means that when he kills one monster, it is equivalent to others killing 10,000 monsters. At the same time, countless golden lights fell on the slender bodies of the elves. Many of them have upgraded. You know, it is extremely difficult to upgrade the 10th level troops, and every time they upgrade, the attributes of the troops will be greatly improved. Yifan stroked his chin. At this rate, they will soon be able to reach the maximum level. By then, the attributes will be enough to rival the top level troops. Section 9. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In Lord, when troops kill enemies, 5% of the experience gained will be distributed to the hero who leads them, 1% will be distributed to the lords. At this time, Vivian's experience bar has reached 82%, and she will be able to level up soon. As an SSS level hero, her experience bar is 100 times that of an S level hero and 10,000 times that of an A level hero. And Yifan's level has also been upgraded several levels in a row. The increase of 10,000 times is too strong. It is extremely difficult to increase the Lord's experience. If I remember correctly, the players will change jobs in a few days. At the same time, the killing value of the Heart of Killing also skyrocketed. With the 10,000-fold amplification system, Yifan will be able to repair it soon. At this time, as the last wild wolf fell, the sound of the system rang in Yifan's ears. Ding dong, you successfully cleared a wild wolf camp and received rewards. Gold coins x20, wood x10, and food x10. Ding dong, you successfully triggered the 10,000-fold amplification system and received rewards. Gold coins x20W, wood x10W, and food x10W. Another large amount of resources has been accounted for. Yifan looked at the skyrocketing resources and felt relieved. In the previous life, I had to squeeze my scalp for a little resource, but now it is as simple as drinking water. At this moment, Vivian suddenly pointed forward and said, Lord, there is a treasure chest. Treasure chest? Yifan raised his eyebrows. He quickly drove the terror away and ran forward. Chapter 8 Legendary Props, March into the Evernight Forest. March 5th, soon, Yifan came to a treasure box that exuded white and silver light. Yifan's luck value was off the charts, and a silver-level treasure chest was revealed in just a trashy wild wolf camp. He didn't think much and went straight forward to open it. Ding dong, you opened the treasure box, silver level, and received rewards. Gold coins plus 10, flame bomb, silver level, *1. You triggered a 10,000-fold increase and received rewards. Gold coins plus 10W, doomsday bomb, legendary level, *1. Doomsday bomb. Yifan raised his eyebrows and quickly opened his backpack. Soon, he took out a small round ball that exuded a terrifying aura from his backpack. Doomsday bomb, legendary level. Description: the ultimate bomb was made with all the strength of a certain legendary mage. The power of the explosion can change the color of the world. Effect: after use, it will cause 1,000 billion fire attribute damage to all enemies within 10,000 squares. This damage is invalid to immortal level units. This silver treasure chests cannot originally yield good things, but after the system's 10,000 times increase, it seemed to have turned into something very terrifying. Yi Fan had heard of the Doomsday Bomb in his previous life. It seemed to be made by several crazy legendary masters. After being made, they died due to exhaustion of magic power. In a previous life, this bomb was accidentally obtained by a player. Then, during a guild battle, the Lord used Doomsday Bombs on the enemy's territory. Result: within the area of 10,000 squares, everything was reduced to ashes. The diamond-level city wall, which was almost fully equipped at that time, looked like it was made of paper. Carefully putting the Doomsday Bomb back into his backpack, Yi Fan continued to walk towards the other two wild monster spots. Swish swish, the flaming arrows ruthlessly harvested their lives. Just less than half an hour, the other two camps were completely cleared. Yi Fan continued to obtain some resources, but unfortunately, no more treasure chests were opened. Lord, we found a resource point. Vivian's voice came again. Yi Fan looked in the direction she pointed, and there was indeed a resource point emitting a faint light. If you don't look carefully, you won't notice it at all. Why is this girl's eyes so sharp? Yi Fan patted her little head. Well done. Vivian's fair cheeks immediately turned slightly red. Before arriving at the resource point, Yi Fan threw him over with a reconnaissance technique. Ding dong, you successfully discovered the resource point. Gold coin resource point, silver. You triggered the 10,000-fold amplification system and discovered the resource point. Gold coin resource point, epic. Listening to the sound of the system, Yi Fan was also slightly surprised. Can this be increased 10,000 times? Epic level resource points are very rare. An epic resource point is equivalent to thousands of silver resource points. Even in the late game, an epic resource point is enough for players to go crazy. It is also the focus of competition for major guilds. At this time, the resource point information appeared in front of him. Gold coin resource points, epic, working unit, 0/2000. Daily output, 200W. Epic resource points can allow 2000 units to work at the same time. In the Lord game, no matter what level the unit is, if it does not have special skills, it can only transport 1 point of resources per second. If 2000 units are moved, it can be completed in less than 20 minutes. Yi Fan did not hesitate, waved his hand, and asked the flame marksman to start working immediately. The elves quickly got busy, carrying large golden coins. Yi Fan, on the other hand, was thoughtful. It seems that we have to find some special transport troops. He has quite a few in his memory. For example, goblins, dwarves or grey dwarves are all good workers. At this time, Yi Fan took out a resource collection card from his backpack. Ding dong, resource collection card was used successfully. You successfully collected resources. Gold coins x 200W. 0.2 million gold coins were instantly in hand. Yi Fan breathed a sigh of satisfaction. The 4 cards sold in the game mall are really bug-level existence. Resource collection card is an additional income and does not occupy the daily output of resource points, and the higher the level of the resource point, the higher the income of the card. Section 10. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If it is a mythical resource point, hundreds of millions of resources will be credited at once. After collecting resources, Yi Fan returned to the territory with his troops. 1 resource point directly harvested 4 million gold coins. He ordered all the elves to go foraging, and he himself took out a cuckoo chicken in the cafeteria and ate a few bites. The so-called cuckoo chicken is the most delicious meat in the Lost Continent, crispy and delicious, nutritious. A few minutes later, the hunger value of all troops reached the maximum. Yi Fan ordered all troops to carry enough dry food. He was ready to march into the Evernight Forest. There are still many places nearby that have not been explored, but Yi Fan no longer cares about them. At most, it's just some resources. With Yi Fan's current combat power, he can get more benefits. Moreover, he is not afraid of accidents in the territory. At present, all players' territories have a 1-day novice protection period. It is the best time to explore. Thinking of this, Yi Fan ordered, everyone, set off. The location of the Evernight Forest is on the east side of Yi Fan, and the distance is not close. If it is an ordinary lord, it may take a long time to get there, but Yi Fan has 10 times the speed, and the flame archer is a high agility soldier with a fast speed. At this time, he is rushing at full speed, and the speed can only be described as fast. An hour later, Yi Fan led the troops to rush a long way, the light around him gradually dimmed. Gradually, the sun disappeared from the sky, replaced by a moon emitting a cold light. The moonlight is like water, the whole forest is covered with a layer of silver light. At this time, the system's voice also sounded. Ding dong, you have discovered the map, Eternal Night Forest. As the first player in the world to discover this area, hereby reward, reputation value +1. Ding dong, you triggered the 10,000 times amplification system, reputation value +1 W. Chapter 9 Gold Level Boss, Instant Full Level. 4 out of 5, Eternal Night Forest. Players love and hate this place. They love it because it produces many rare types of soldiers and has abundant resources. They hate it because this place is full of dangers. Countless people lost their lives here. Looking at the endless dark forest, Yi Fan opened the map. He planned to clean up the boss in the Eternal Night Forest first. Now, the first kills of the boss of each grade are still there. Thinking of this, he marked a point on the map. Let's go. Yi Fan ordered. The troops started to move instantly. A few minutes later, Yi Fan came to a place with a foul odor. The dark ground looked like a rotten corpse. The Eternal Night Forest is a place where all kinds of evil gather. In front of him were countless zombies wandering in the forest. They were all ordinary villagers infected by the poisonous church's potion, third-tier soldiers, level 5. It is considered a strong creature in the early stage, and there are many of them. There are tens of thousands of them in front of us. If it is the entire Evernight Forest, there are at least millions of them. What is more terrifying is their special skill, infection. When attacking, there is a probability that the enemy will be infected with the virus. As long as you are infected, there are two ways to deal with it. One is to drink the holy water of the Temple of Light. The other is to kill the infected person immediately. Otherwise, after a few minutes, the infected person will become a new zombie. These zombies made the players suffer in the previous life. Countless players came to swipe monsters, but they all returned in failure. The number of zombies even doubled and doubled again. Of course, Yi Fan would not make such a low-level mistake. His current strength is definitely not comparable to that of the players in front of Yi Fan. They are just experience points. Yi Fan waved his hand lightly and ordered, Vivian, release the blazing rain of fire directly to clear them. Yes. Vivian nodded obediently. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Countless dense rockets instantly formed a fire net. They fell from the sky like raindrops. The zombies had no time to react at all. The moment they were hit by the arrows, they were burned to ashes. Moreover, the flames of the flame shooters were not vegetarian. As long as a zombie was killed, a violent explosion would occur, and the flames would instantly spread to the surrounding zombies. The efficiency of clearing monsters was simply ruthless. At the same time, countless system prompts sounded in Yi Fan's ears. Ding dong, your troops killed 1,000 zombies, level 3, gained 300 experience points, successfully triggered the 10,000-fold amplification system, and your troops gained 3 million experience points. You got 30,000 experience points. Ding dong, the level of one of your flame shooters was upgraded, and the current level is 6. Ding dong, your level was upgraded, and the current level is 10. Ding dong, your level has reached the upper limit. Please transfer in time to unlock the upper limit. Zombies fell in groups. They turned into countless experience points. The experience points of the elves kept soaring. Nearly 10,000 zombies died, and all the flame shooters were close to the maximum level, and Vivian's level was close to level 9, and Yi Fan's level was directly at the maximum level. Yi Fan has not changed his job yet, and each time he levels up, he will only gain 5 free attribute points.